Hello everybody and welcome to my little mod review, and today I want to talk to you about weed. And for weed protection you need a weeder or a sprayer, and both of them I will present you today. Download links under this YouTube like always. And this is now version 19.11 with the English text included. So let's have a look inside the shop. And there are three weeders. I took the biggest one from Treffler. And there are no options, nothing to change on this Treffler. It runs at 12 kilometers on the field and has 15 meters of working width. And the second you'll find in the crop protection. And there we have two sprayers. I took the Stara, and with the Stara there is only the option to change standard to narrow tires. Of course, it makes sense to take narrow tires because you're operating on the field, and when you play with crop destruction, then you want to have narrow tires. So this has a tank of 5,100 liters built in, and you need to understand that this is for both tanks. The liquid one in the middle for the liquid, and there the green one at the back for fertilizer. And again, 5,100 liters is for both. So here we are. And if you have weed switched on, then you need both of them. If you don't, well, forget about it. All right. So my mods look like this. First of all, the weeder from Treffler. I've added a color choice. So let's paint this in, well, let's say John Deere green with yellow rims, of course. Everything in green. And you notice that besides the color choice, the working width is increased to 20 meters, and the speed, the working speed, is increased to 20 kilometers because all my vehicles operating on the field have the same speed. Here is the sprayer, Stara, also now coming with a color choice. Now let's change this to New Holland, for example. And it also has, beside the narrow tires, which is standard, it also now has another engine, 220 horsepower standard, and with mine it's got 330, which is a good idea for this sprayer. And the second thing is about the capacity, which is 5,100 liters, and you can upgrade it in two steps, first to 10,000 and then to 20,000 liters. Remember, shared between those two tanks. So if you set it to 20,000, it means that both will have a capacity of 10,000 each. All right, now about the weed. And I have the weed right here, and start my little helper. And you see that a weed has this rose color on the map, and when it appears for the first time, then it looks like here, small little green plants, and the weeder will take them away completely, so it will clean the field and the weed disappears completely. And I recommend to use this weeder because it has no additional cost compared to the sprayer where you need to buy the herbicide, for example. The weeder has no additional costs, and that's why I like the weeder. Remember, wheat will grow at the same speed like your crop on the field. So when you have, and this depends on your settings, on how fast your crops will grow. For example, I'm always on fast, which means 6 hours until the next stage. Now, if you see, there is also another field with wheat, number 16. I don't own this one, but I would like to show you something. Do we have a vehicle nearby? No, we don't. Okay, I jump in the Homer and drive over there up to field 16. You see there is, it's full of wheat. And let's have a look, because I want to point out something. Because this field number 16 is ready to harvest. And it's got sunflowers on it, I guess. And remember, the wheat will also grow and become bigger. And this is a good example which we see here on the field. And there you see how wheat will look when it's grown bigger. And this you cannot use the weeder on it. The weeder will only work if the wheat is still small. But when the wheat grows bigger, you then need the sprayer. So like here with the weeder, you can clean the field perfect, no additional costs. But when you have bigger wheat, grown up weed, you need this sprayer. And here we go with the Imperador sprayer. Remember, it has two tanks, and the first one is for liquid. And let's start filling the liquid tank. Oh, by the way, my game is set to English. Wow, so we buy herbicide. Pink poison, 10,000 liters. And then we have the second one, which can load fertilizer. And therefore, you need to open up that hatch with the button N, like November. And you need to open it, otherwise you can't fill it. All right? If you have it closed, you will always fill the liquid tank. Oh. Now let's position it under the pipe. Oh. Well, you know, this silo has only one trigger. That's why you maybe need to maneuver a little bit back and forth to find this other trigger for the bulk, for the fertilizer. There you go. And now we fill the second tank with fertilizers, which is white. And there you go. Also 10,000 liters. Close the tank again. And now let's head to the field. All right. So additional options, like I always use to change on my mods, is the view distance set to 4,000 so that you can see them from everywhere on the field. Also the wear duration times 10, so you need to drive to the workshop every second day. And you saw that I've increased the working distance a little bit. And you have the color choice in the job for both, and the speed set to 20, the working speed. And finally, this sprayer, the Stara, has the increased capacity on both tanks. And now let's destroy the weed with our Stara sprayer. So, you might miss the button to switch between both tanks. There is no button. Why? Well, the thing is, if the arms are closed like now, you are on the fertilizer tank. at the back automatically. And I show you by switching it on with button B, and you see the fertilizer comes out at the back. Okay, switch it off again. And when you click on X to unfold the sprayer arms, then it will automatically switch to the liquid tank, which is, well, in a way logical because um, you cannot push bulk, you cannot push fertilizer through those little pipes through the system. There will only liquid work on this one. So let's position it. And now let's start spraying. And you see, all the weed is killed with our pink poison. So remember, you need this sprayer when the weed is already grown up, which we don't have here now, but as I said. So there is one difference, one optical difference. The weeder will clean the field completely and the weed disappears. But there you just saw um, that there is something left on the field. These brown, what is it? Dead weed. This will stay on the field. That is just an optical difference between using a weed sprayer or a weeder. All right. So back to our field 16. You see, this is how wheat looks when it is grown big. There is no one, and then you need the sprayer. You cannot do it by a weeder. The weeder can only clean the field when the weed is still small. Okay? Now here you would need the sprayer because the weed is now big. However, this field is ready to harvest. And when you've reached the fruits, whether doesn't matter which fruit, reached that final stage and you can harvest it, then there is no way to clean it and to destroy the weed. Again, if a field is harvest ready, there is nothing you can do against the weed. Because some of you might think, okay, let's buy this field, and before we harvest it, we will clean it from the weed to have a better output from the sunflowers which are on it now. Yeah. So, and I will show you this and just buy uh, this field number 16, which I don't own, but for you guys, I'll buy it. Yep. Let's go. Now I own it. And now I start my sprayer with a herbicide. And you will see that you see nothing. It doesn't happen. It and it stays rose colored. Yes, of course, because the weed is still there. Again, as soon as it is harvest ready, you can do nothing against the weed, even not with a sprayer. It is simply too late. All right. Act in time. Last thing. Um, the the sprayer, the Stara, comes with standard with a reverse light. But you know, many of the tractors and other vehicles don't have a reverse light for whatever reason. I don't know. But I added a reverse light to that weeder, to that Treffler weeder. And that's why we'll buy it again and put it on that little Fiat uh, tractor so that you guys can see the difference and what I'm talking about. All right. Fiat, the Italian stallion. The smallest tractor in the game. Now, there you go. And this one has no reverse light. Driving back, you see nothing. What you see is the brake light, the red one. Yeah, but moving backwards, no reverse light. Okay, so now let's attach our weeder. See what happens with a tractor without reverse light. Yeah, we have now reverse light because it comes from the weeder, from the Treffler weeder. And you know, as long as you push S to move backwards, it switches on automatically, and as soon as you stop, it goes off, like always. So this is also something I've added to this mod, right? Okay, this one is already done with the field. Well, that's it, folks. And remember, these two things you need if you play with wheat. Version 19.11, now coming with English text as well. You have the Stara with and the Treffler, both with an increased red ration, view distance, working with speed. The sprayer has a higher capacity, both color choice, reverse light now on the weeder as well. Everything built in, and so much fun to kill the weed. Like always, under this YouTube video you will find the download links, both for the Stara and for the weeder, for the Treffler weeder, as well as on my Discord channel, which I can highly recommend because there you will find also the download links for all the other mods and maps I did. Alright folks, that's it for today. I hope you will enjoy these two little mods. Have fun playing FS. I'll catch you soon. Bye for now, Yogi.